morning, boys. What's going on? The time is 8 a.m. on a Friday morning. We've just finished up our entire morning routine. Once again, getting everything done before 7:15 a.m. Just had a client call, an early one. Now I've just come in my car to come out here and speak about this before I go and do my morning cardio at the gym. It's an active rest day today. But what I wanted to talk about today is something that resonated with me last night. So, in the world of entrepreneurship and online coaching, the online game, whatever game you're in, okay, whatever game you're playing, it's never going to be guaranteed, okay? It's never going to be guaranteed. Now, yesterday, I had an evening of, let's say, limiting self-belief. I wouldn't say limiting self-beliefs, but just anxious thoughts and doubt creeping in, okay? But I always have to remind myself that who we are and our species and being human beings, we are programmed in a way to always look for the negative. So no matter how well your life is going on, no matter what stage of life you're in, what you're trying to achieve, there's always going to be some form of self-doubt along your journey, no matter how much you believe in yourself, not knowing that it's going to work out, because nothing in life is guaranteed. Even tomorrow isn't promised. It's not promised, okay? Now, the current journey that I'm on right now, I'm very happy with my progression. I'm very happy with my own self-development, and I know that I'm heading in the right direction, and I know that I'm going to be successful. So when I look back at this in a couple of years, I'm going to be very grateful that I've had the faith, that I've had the persistence to follow through and stay consistent, even when I have those times of self-doubt, because yesterday was one of those days where I've had that self-doubt. Right, and if you look at the most successful people in the world, do you think that they just became an overnight success? Do you think that they just put in a little bit of work and it all just magically happened for them? Magically happened. Because I can tell you that is not true at all. The most successful people to ever live, they have put in the hours, the weeks, the months, the years when things haven't been going their way. Years of feeling unnoticed, years of feeling unheard, everybody ignoring them, telling them that it's not going to work out, that it's not going to happen, that they should just get a day job, just live a normal life. But what do? They ignored the voices and they went with their intuition, they went with their gut, and they kept putting in the fucking work. They kept putting in the work. I've cut a lot of people out of my life. I don't have as many friends as I used to. I still have close people around me, but I found out when you get older, the less people you have in your circle and the more people you cut out of your life, because everybody grows up and everybody goes down their own path. Whatever path that may be, everybody has their own path. People get into relationships, marriage, having kids, and everybody just goes down their own path. So the older you get, the less people you have in your circle. But I still have a few people around me that I'm very grateful for, and that I trust and that I like to share my journey with, because sometimes it's not always good to bottle it up in your own head. Anyway, I'm sitting in bed, laying in bed last night, and just going over everything. And I have, I remind myself, and I have to remind myself this all the time, that in order to succeed, right, you must go through hardships. You must go through an excessive amount of uncertainty, not knowing whether it's going to work out. Knowing that it's not guaranteed. Nothing in life is guaranteed. You might not wake up tomorrow. Tomorrow isn't promised. But in order to succeed, you have got to put the work in when nobody is watching. You have got to stay, I'm going to use this word, this one word sums it up perfectly, Persistence. Persistent meaning continuously putting in action, putting in work, despite the difficulty, despite the obstacles, and despite the opposition, despite the competition that you have to keep putting in a relentless amount of work when there are little to no results, when you feel unheard, when you feel unnoticed, if you want to become successful. Persistence is showing up to the gym after a long day of work when you feel like you could just go home and sit on the sofa and do fuck all and just watch a bit of Netflix and do nothing. Persistence is sticking to the plan even when it feels slow. Even when you're putting in a crazy amount of effort and seeing some return, but not the return that you're wishing for in the future. And it's refusing to let the setbacks get you off track, to let you off track. As well as persistence, success comes from consistent effort with faith, right? So you have to have persistence and faith. Faith being hoping that it works out, staying so consistent over time and putting in the work, knowing that it's not guaranteed to work out, but the faith is having faith in God, having faith in the work that you are putting in, knowing that the work that you're putting in can work out, knowing that the work that you put in should work out, and it will work out. Okay, I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but having faith means believing in yourself. Having faith means trusting yourself and trusting the process with good timing. But you see, the issue is you're giving up the moment that you feel a little bit unmotivated, the moment that you feel disheartened, the moment that motivation just wears off. You haven't got the faith and you haven't got the persistence. You only work with it when you feel like it. You only work when motivation is high. And as soon as that motivation starts to wear off and that self-doubt creeps in, you give up. You give up. And that is why 99% of people of the population aren't successful. Because they don't understand that in order to succeed, you need to have persistence. You need to have faith along your journey. If you want to become the person that you say you want to be, you are going to have to face hardships. You are going to have to face obstacles, knowing that it might not work out, but you still put in the relentless work. You still have the persistence to keep going each and every single day, no matter the circumstances within your life. Like if you knew the amount of hours that people put in to actually become successful, you would realize that you're not doing enough. You're not doing enough. Okay, you think you are putting in so much work. And listen, I get it, you're trying, you're doing well, bro. But when you compare yourself and you realize that the work that you're putting in, you may be putting in a lot of hours, but you're putting in so much of so little. As men, we're not designed to multitask. We can't multitask. So if you're focusing on so many different tasks at once and putting your focus into so many areas at one time, you're going to get so distracted. Your dopamine is going to be so messed up that you're not going to be able to finish a single task to the highest level of your ability. Focus on one thing at a time until you get that task done and then move on to the next thing. The reason that you feel so kerfuffled and your brain is just so all over the place and you feel so confused and so overwhelmed is because you're trying to do too many tasks at one time, leading to so much inaction and so many tasks just being incompleted. You will not be successful if you cannot focus on finishing one task to the best of your ability. The work that you put in today will result in the position that you are going to be in the next 6 months. I have learned that from starting my online business. I've learned that from getting into shape. Success is behind you. And if you really want to see success, you have to learn to put in the work, even when you are not seeing the results that you wish for. Okay, success is right behind you. And I remind my clients of this so many times. When you start out on your fitness journey, you're not going to see the results overnight. And you might not see the changes instantly. But I've seen it so many times where they've been putting in the work, right? And they won't see the results. And then all of a sudden, like this, they start waking up day by day and the results are coming in so fast. And it is just a reminder that success is right behind you. It's delayed. Focus on delayed gratification. Instead of the instant things, the things that are just there instantly for you on tap, that are so accessible, that make you feel good in, short term, that make you feel good in the moment. The things that are just so easy to the things that are just so accessible. They make you feel good in the moment because they're a distraction. They make you feel good because they're so accessible. They're so easily there. It's like scrolling. It's like junk food. It's like vaping. It's like drinking. Quick, easy dopamine is never worth it long term. Do the hard things that suck in the moment that are going to lead to results later on down the line. The problem with you is you're always chasing the easy things, the things that feel good, the vices, the smoking, the drinking. Cut it out. I have done enough of that in my life to realize that it does absolutely nothing for you. You're a grown man. You should know this by now. But choosing the easy tasks and choosing the things that make you feel good in the moment are going to lead to depression, they're going to lead to anxiety, and they're going to lead to an extreme low level of confidence. Because before I came on the journey that I'm on now, that is exactly how I felt. For a while, it felt good because it was new, it was exciting, right? It made me feel good. It gave me this short-term high and these things that make you feel good. But all it is escapism. And it's exactly the same for scrolling. It's exactly the same for junk food, smoking, drinking, chasing women. They're things that are there for temporary fulfillment. Temporary fulfillment. Cut it out. Cut it out. If you're not where you want to be, the best piece of advice I can give to you right now is get into the best shape you have ever been in your life. Because when you do this, right, when you see a guy who's in the best shape of his life, who is in ridiculous shape, the guy who you look at, the guy who you turn heads at, that has come from a level of discipline. And that discipline has also led into other areas of your life. These people that are ridiculously in shape, I guarantee you 90% of these people that are in shape have also financial freedom. They have the success. They have the girl, the car, the dream life that you want. Getting in shape is the best thing you can do because it is going to teach you a high level of discipline and bring a whole new level of standards into your life. When you're in the best shape of your life and you're consistent in your discipline with your diet and your training, that discipline bleeds into other areas of your life. And then you have the motivation, you have the discipline to then go on and start new endeavors, to endeavor on new journeys, to start new things and become successful in other areas of your life. Getting into best shape is the best thing you can do for yourself right now. But until you do that, you're still going to stay in the exact same loop that you've been in before. If you just put in the work today and you start today and you got into the best shape of your life, I guarantee you will be in a completely different place in 6 months' time to a year's time. Okay, that discipline from getting into the best shape of your life will bleed into all other areas of your life. I can guarantee you that. So put down the phone, start eating clean, waking up earlier, write down 5 actionable tasks that you have to get done every single day, 5 non-negotiables. And I guarantee you will be on your way to success. What I want you to do is go onto my channel and check out one of my most recent videos, my exact routine that brought me the physique and the journey that I am on today. Go and watch that and steal my exact routine, okay? And this will add in a brand new level of discipline into your life and you will feel so much more fulfillment in your life. You will have so much more confidence and you will be so much more confident with the journey and the life that you are working towards. Okay, so go and watch that video, let me know what you think, and keep putting in the fucking work, boys. Cut out the vices, cut out the bullshit, and put yourself first for once. Catch you boys in a bit.